Hello there, my name is Justin and welcome to the Craftalorian channel. Today I'm going to do a video that I don't think I'll be doing that often, but I did get something in the mail today, so that's why I'm doing this video. Because today we're going to be reviewing the Hot Toys Hunter figure from the Bad Batch. Also, if you guys like this content, drop it in the comments below, because if you guys enjoy this kind of content, then I'll definitely think about posting more in the future. So let's get into this. I got this recently because there was actually a sale, because I think Sideshow Con is happening at the moment. So yeah, it's pretty neat. And I already have the Echo figure, so I thought, you know what? Why not get this guy? Alright, let's get him out of this first box. Ooh. Alright, let's see. Alright. Wow, look at that. Looks pretty cool. You got like this artwork right here. And ooh, I don't mean to shake the camera. So yeah, it's pretty cool. You got the art on the front. You got some poses on the side and none on this side, but they do say Hunter right there. And then you got all the credits and all the licensing stuff on the back. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, now should I get this plastic off here? As I try to strip the case open. Alright. Alright. There we go. Let's get this on open, shall we? Alright. Ooh. Now, look at that. Got some cool artwork right there. You got that awesome head sculpt right there. And now we got the actual figure itself. Alright. Let's get him on out of here. Alright. Don't need the box. Alright. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, and you got your manual right there. I'll move that in a second. Alright. Let's get him on out of his plastic cage. And here he is in all of his plastic wrapped glory. Wow, okay. Ooh. Very detailed, and some foam pieces right there. Let's see. Ooh. Now that's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, I like that. And ooh, also got that nice figure smell of new plastic. I'll have to get all these other plastic bits off of here. And before we transition, I'll look at this head sculpt right here, because it's pretty cool. Ooh. Alright, look at that. That's nice. They got the tattoo, bandana with the 99 skull right there, and his Rambo looking haircut. Yeah, looks really good. Alright, well, I'm gonna get everything else out of this box, and then we'll look at all the accessories. And here is all the accessories and swap-outable items that comes with this Hunter figure. Here we have the instruction manual, which will tell you how to do all the different things like swapping the heads and swapping the hands and all the other fun things you can do with this figure, but I will show you that a little bit later on. Then you also have the base, which comes with a standard pole right here, compared to the flight pole that you would get with other figures that can fly or have jetpacks, like the Captain Rex one. And here is the base. You got this cool little design, little thing right here that goes over the base, if you want it or not. Or you can just have it be the standard base that we've been getting with all like the clones. And it says Hunter right here on the front. And now, moving on to the hands, you have your standard hands that can hold the weapon, and that also like was on the figure right out of the box. And you can swap them out with your trigger finger hands right here, and nicely detailed. And I love the weathering on this figure. His right hand, you got this knife holding hand, which is really cool. And then for his left, you got a pointing finger hand, like he's commanding and all that, doing real cool leader things as he does. And then next we will move on to all the cool weapons and stuff that he has. Like he has some droid poppers right here. These have come with all like the clone figures over the years. You got the normal one, and then you got the ones that they would throw onto like the wall. And so yeah, that one's pretty cool. Here's the knife that I was mentioning earlier that goes along with this hand that you should be able to twist, and yeah, like that you can put it in there. All right. So yeah, and this also goes on the sheath on his left arm, which is really cool. And then you got your standard pistol, which is really cool, and it's really accurate to the Revenge of the Sith version, rather than like the realistic Battlefront 2, which is really cool. So yeah. And then up next, we have the DC-17M, which is the standard blaster for any of the Republic commandos. And Hunter has it because he's a commando, but he's a very special version. He's the
defective clones with desirable mutations.
This is really cool because when this figure came out, we didn't have any of these weapons, which is really cool. So hopefully they make a Delta Squad, but they actually make an accurate sculpt, rather than what we've seen with the new Imperial Commando one, where they just reused Hunter's body, which is very inaccurate. So yeah, cool things you can do with this is you can remove his ammo, basically. You can remove that right there. And here's a really cool thing that is really nice. You can remove the front here, because the DC-17M has 3 modes. They have this standard mode, but they also have a sniper and an anti-armor mode, which hopefully if they make the Delta Squad, that they would make those options so that way you can swap them out, because with this, it might mean that it's possible, which is really cool. Up next is this little holster right here that's detachable for your pistol, which is really cool. And I'll show you later how to put that on. And then we have his backpack, which is really cool and accurate to the show. And it looks really nice. The weathering, all the cool buttons, this little thing right here. It's really nice. And as you can see right here, there's a little pin, because you can open this thing up, which is really cool. I was always wondering how they open these things up, and because they're the backpack that goes on there, which is really cool. And then you got both your helmet and your head sculpt right here, which I was showing earlier, which is really nice and really detailed. I love this, and I think it does look like Tamira Morrison. We're not quite there yet, but I do think this one looks really good. It reminds me of the Captain Rex head sculpt, which is really nice. And then this helmet right here is really awesome. They got the weathering and all the details and stuff. It's really cool. But yeah, they got all the cool details. They got the little stripes and everything. It's really nice. All right, and that is all the accessories and everything. So now we can actually move on to the figure. So let's do that. All right, and here is the figure out of the box. And I gotta say, this guy is really cool. And they really nailed the animated look. So many details right here, like the knife holster right here. Looks really nice. The 99 and the skull. It looks really cool. And they have the backing, which we don't really see. So that's really cool. Got down to the legs. You got the knee pad right here. Oop. Oop. Seems like if you go too far, the knee pad likes to do that. So you gotta be careful with that. Getting the knee back over. Looking closely at this, you can see and tell that they went all out on the weathering for this figure. All the scuff paint, all the scratches, all the weathering right there. And then if you move down to the arms, they got this detail, which is really nice. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can see this triangle underneath. And then they got the gauntlets, which is really nice, all nice and weathered. And it's different from a normal commando, because usually they have a semicircle thing cut out right there and there. Also got different hand plates. Looks really cool. And then you got like the chest area, which looks really nice. Look at the reds and everything. And back here, it's more smooth and not as detailed, which matches the design. And yeah, and like I showed earlier, you got this, the knife holster. Move down to the legs. You got the brighter colored, the darker color right here. And go to the back. See that they got the commando shins, and this is the clone trooper thighs, by the way, normal clone trooper thighs. And then because, well, he's wearing commando gear, his gear is modified. Like up here, it's all filled in rather than how commandos normally would have the neck thing right here. They are a little bit beefier, and these aren't the exact same as commandos. They're a lot bulkier, and their armor is bigger. And this armor is mainly just animated style armor. It's not like the actual realistic commando armor. If you want to see like a really good realistic interpretation, I recommend the Falcocustoms using the Mandalorianbusiness files. Like that's a really good example. Like I'll show a photo like right here or something, and it looks really good. But for an anime design, this is perfect, and like the weathering is absolutely amazing. I mean, and they got all the details and stuff. They did mix a little bit of realistic in there, but the same thing Hasbro did. So yeah, it's not gonna be that different. This is basically just upscaled version of like the Hasbro one, but looks way better. Just like way better, man. So yeah, all right, I'll show you some of the cool stuff you can do with the accessories, like the knife right here. Fit it in. I think it goes this way. Yep, it goes in like that, which is really nice. So you can have some cool poses of him trying to grab his knife, potentially, which is really cool. And then another thing you can do is lift up the crotch plate. There is a little Velcro square right there. This thing, if I can get it in there. I think I got it. But yeah, this thing will just start to hang out right here, which is really cool because you can fit pistol if he's using DC-17M. Alright. Oop. So yeah, you could do that. And then you could also attach the backpack, which is magnetic, which is really cool. And yeah, you can have the complete look. It looks really nice. And then, like I was showing earlier, for the backpack, if you wanted to, you could store some of the accessories in here. Because it has a lot of room, so theoretically, I think you could fit almost all the hand accessories. Yeah, you could fit all the hand accessories in there too. That's really nice. Alright, wow. Huh, that's cool. Alright, here, let's pop his head off, because now, let's see what he looks like with the head on. It's a little bit harder to get on there. And there he is with the head sculpt. I think I got it in there, right? Yeah. Alright. Wow, look at that. That's cool. Then we have the backpack too. Yeah, got this completed look. So if you want him to have the head sculpt on, all it is just taking off the head. And there you go. It looks really nice right there. So yeah, it's really cool. Alright, now all the details and stuff is over. Might as well go into articulation. Alright, and so now going into the articulation of this figure, you got, I believe, 2 dumbbells up at the top of the head connecting the neck. And so he can look way down and then go way up. Well, really, not really that much up, because the hair, because it's so long, starts hitting the chest plate. But he does have a bit of tilt. In fact, it's shaking my camera. That's how much tilt he has. Now, with the helmet, you can look up that much, down that much, you go side, side, and tilt. And then the arms, they're just Velcroed onto the shoulder. They have an elastic band, so he can go, ooh, wow. He can go all the way up, wow. And shoulder pad will start hitting into there, but yeah, he got a bunch of up. And then you got forward, and then you got backward. And then for the elbows, you get, I believe, the furthest I believe it'll go is up to there. So it's above 90, which is really good for that good old photos of him trying to grab his knife out. You're just the standard joint. Now you can move around for Hot Toys, go up and down. You can also shift it and turn it so it can go forward and back. Then the chest, there really isn't a bunch. You're gonna get like barely any forward, barely any back, some twists, not really any side to side motion, but that's mostly with the legs. So not really much there because of this whole big hunk of plastic. But with the legs, you can go forward, you can go back, you can go out to about there. Hey, that's pretty good. And then for the legs, the rest of the leg, the knee, you can go all the way back there until like the knee starts popping out, which is a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. So there's that. Go back that much, forward that much, a little bit of tilty tilt right there. So with all the articulation being done, now we can go into posing. And here we have the first pose. I thought of just recreating that whole taking out the knife thing that he does, because it's really cool. Let me get a little closer. See that right there, him taking out his knife. It's really nice. And with the gun holster right there. And this figure is really fun to pose, actually. All the articulation makes it so much fun to pose this figure. And yeah, got a stance right there like he's about to attack. And it looks really nice. Will say I really like this figure. Though, because Hot Toys likes to make the live action stuff, I would have thought that maybe they would have tried to go realistic and make like normal like commando armor, because they got the standard clone, you know, Revenge of the Sith legs right there, like all the clones have. But then they decided to go with the anime look, which, I mean, it's not bad. It looks really good. I just would have thought that maybe they would have done more of a realistic look. But we haven't seen him in like a live action before, so it makes sense. I'm gonna try another pose, and let's see what I come up with. Alright, and here is pose number 2. Tried to get him in the stance that the commandos do usually in the game, where they're a little bit crouched down. And here you can also see that I gave him the DC-17M. You can see how that works right there, how he's able to hold it with just, he's able to, I just use the relax hand right here and then the trigger finger hand, which it was a little bit hard to get that gun in that hand, but I was able to get it in there. And yeah, it looks really good, matching that commando aesthetic right there. And also, it looks really cool, which might give you a little bit of an idea of what the Republic Commando could kind of look like. Yeah. We don't really see him use this gun that much. More of Wrecker, but yeah. It was awesome for them to include it. So yeah, time to move on to the next pose. And here we have pose number 3. I just decided to give him a pistol. So if you want kind of like a sort of museum action-ish pose, here you go, because it looks really good. This might be like an idea of how I'd want to pose him, maybe on my shelf or something. This is a really cool figure, and it's pretty nice that they gave him trigger hands for both hands, because you could actually have him dual wield like this. Alright, with that, I'm going to do another pose. Alright, and now, here is a pose with him without his helmet. And I decided to give him a thermal detonator, because usually I don't see many people pose with like this, well, thermal detonator or droid popper. Could be either or.
Because he's holding a thermal detonator!
So yeah, just wanted to get him in a really cool pose without his helmet on, and also without his backpack, because he doesn't always wear it. And yeah. So that is a pretty also a pretty cool action pose you could have. And I think now I'm gonna move on to a size comparison, so that way you can see what he looks like next to other figures. And here we have Hunter with the Bad Batch version of Echo. And they seem to be almost about the same in height. Hunter might be a little bit taller because of his hair. Because, you know, Echo is bald. But Hunter, alright, he's gonna be standing a little bit under a little bit under a foot. And I'm gonna get some other figures out here, so that way you can see what he looks like next to other guys. And here's Hunter next to the Captain Rex figure, and Captain Rex seems to be a little bit taller than him actually, with them both wearing their helmets. And Hunter with his helmet on is going to be about like the same height, if not lower, surprisingly. So, yeah. I think I'm going to get one more figure out here, and then we'll do an awesome cool pose of all these guys together. And here he is with none other than himself. Here's Hunter with the Black Series version, which, like I said, these two guys are very similar. Like, he's pretty much an upscaled version. This guy, just very more detailed. And actually, it seems that maybe the chest area is a bit thicker, actually. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to do one last really cool pose, and that'll be it. And here he is next to Jesse and Captain Rex. And this looks really cool. Got the pointer finger out hand. Maybe they're trying to... This is at the point in the 7th season, where they're trying to rescue Echo. That is why I chose these guys. And I think it turned out pretty well. And I think that's going to be it for this video. So I'm going to move to future me with the outro. So yeah, I really enjoyed this figure, and I think it'll make a
fine addition to my collection.
But I want to know what you guys think. So tell me if you guys like the figure, or if you want to see more of this kind of content. Because I don't know if I'll be doing a lot more of this. Really just depends on if my collection gets all full right there, and there he is. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think down below, and make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification for when there's a new video. And yeah, alright, I'll see you guys next time.